Known by locals as the Angino Farm, the Newton Community Farm has been in existence since the mid-1600s. Owned by the Anginos since 1817, it recently got a new lease on life when bought by the city in 2005.
So we are a working farm as well as an educational resource for the city of Newton. We grow a wide variety of vegetables, and we run educational programming for kids from kindergarten all the way through adult.
The opportunities seem endless, from gardening courses to composting, container gardens to fruit trees. There are plenty of chances to volunteer at the farm as well, to learn firsthand about how to make things grow. All of that is just one advantage to having a working farm in your town's backyard.
Another is providing high quality, healthy, local food to people. Food that doesn't come 1,500 miles to your plate, food that's not dependent on a fossil fuel economy, and food that's picked ripe, picked the day or maybe the day before you're going to eat it.
Greg, like the others we have spoken to, emphasizes the grower-consumer connection. He encourages people to ask him about his methods.
It's much more important to get to know your farm and your farmer and what they're doing there than to rely on a third party to tell you that the growing methods are okay. We start by building healthy soil, and from healthy soil you'll get healthy plants. I start with the least toxic thing that I possibly can. So the thing that I have sprayed most here is soap. I go and I get my big bottle of Dr. Bronner's, which I use to bathe with, and I mix it up and I spray the plants with it to suffocate some of the bugs that we have problems with, like flea beetles. For some of our fruit trees, in order to deal with common disease on fruit trees, we use kale and clay, which again, it's just clay, but even with a product like that, I spray it as infrequently as possible. And I would rather have holes, and I'd rather have to explain why there are some holes in my vegetables than have sprayed them and killed all the insects.
Heirloom varieties seem to be less perfect, but they taste better.
The big advantage of the heirlooms is that it's something different. They taste qualitatively different than the grocery store varieties. An heirloom tomato is nothing like a red tomato at the grocery store. So we grow a lot of heirloom tomatoes. We grow a lot of heirloom eggplants. We grow bean varieties that you wouldn't find at the grocery store, and greens that you might not find in the grocery store, squashes that you wouldn't necessarily find. We do grow standard tomatoes, standard zucchini, that sort of thing, but we also have a really large number of open pollinated varieties or of heirloom varieties that you might not be able to find at your average grocery store.
Preserving a wider variety of produce and the tradition of small farms may be among the most important missions of local agriculture.
We've had, since the beginning of the 20th century, we've had a really incredible diminishment in the biodiversity of farms. The number of crops that are being grown by farmers has reduced, in some cases 95 to 99% for certain crops. And it's the small farms like this that are still growing the other varieties and trying to maintain a little more biodiversity. This is a beautiful landscape, and it's a landscape that's disappearing from the United States. I have people come here who are from all over the world, from Asia, from South America, from Europe, who tell me the same thing. This is what it looked like in my home country. And we're so glad to see it again because we missed it.